So uh ended up having some technical difficulties there. But I think we got it back. I think we got it back. It's okay. So this is part two. If you're watching after the fact, this is part two of the alien lady thing, right? That I just it was a live stream. Got interrupted, the camera went out. Anyway, we're back to it. Okay. So this is what we're doing now. Back. We're back. And this lady is funny. She's just funny, okay? And so she believes. So that if you know if anybody's catching just this video, she believes that the Arrival movie, the movie The Arrival, she believes that this is real and the aliens actually do exist, right? And so she's walking us through. I want to say evidence, but it's not. That's not what is happening. That's not the right word. She's walking us through just what she thinks a lot, a lot, and that's it. Just know how she knows it or anything like that. Just that's it. We're just what she thinks. So let's get into it. Oh, and so we're on to the part where they're like octopus looking alien things, right? And so she's saying that they completely match the octopus thing that was in the sky at the observatory. No clue what the hell she's referencing there. I'm hoping she's going to get to it, but that's where we're at right here. So I know everybody's like, you missed out on a big chunk of the exposition there, and so it's gonna be difficult to figure. I'm just kidding. You don't have to know anything. This lady's just funny. That's all.
The actual squid tentacles
The action.
that are on that squid in the sky at the observatories, they would match it. Let me see if I can get
They
over
would
here. Yeah, I gotta try to get to my
match.
channel to find the playlist.
You can't get anything to do the anything right now. I mean, your earpiece is up in your hair, or your mouthpiece is up in your hair. The headphones are just like flopping all. It's just a mess. You need to meditate. Okay, clear your head. All right, and maybe get rid of the candy necklace, dude. Like, how old are you? What are you doing with the candy necklace? I mean, I know they taste good. Okay, but it gets all sticky all over your neck. It's just gross, and just isn't. And then you wake up with ants all over you, especially if you fall asleep in the yard. Like I didn't do that. I'm saying, anyway, what she's
Of the observatories in Hawaii. So we could see the giant squid. This is the giant squid. Oh no, no, don't be doing that to us. See, when I didn't even touch it, but you know what they did?
they did. So wait, hold on. Does she think the aliens are inside the device messing with her? She's like, yeah, every time you don't do something correctly, and let's face it, this lady's a fucking mess. Okay, she is just it reminds me of the one character in Desperate Housewives. I don't know if anybody else watched Desperate Housewives, but there was the one character, and it was literally her personality that she was clumsy, and that was like she's always whoa, like falling into everything, and it was so silly. That's this lady in real life. Like this is the lady they based that off of, that character trait.
They covered that up so we could not see it. Of all the ones they did that one. See it right there?
That's how it.
This squid, look at the tentacles in it.
What?
Right here. You see them? It's a squid like entity in the clouds. It
Oh
truly
my
is in the
god.
clouds, so it's in the sky. You see the
I
tentacles.
see it. Yeah, that is totally like an alien in the sky. It's not just the shape of a cloud or anything, and moisture in the air that ends up taking literally infinite shapes. Like it's and she's like, see, it's the squid. That's the observatory she's talking about. Okay. All right. My God. And so she was saying if they were stretched out. And it's so funny because she's like saying that the aliens from the arrival, if they were misshapen, would be the same shape as this cloud in the sky. It's like if they were just like stretched out and in a different shape, they'd be the same shape. Are you fucking kidding me? Really?
And if you look at these right here, tentacles, if you were to put them together, this one right here, you see it right there. Put these tentacles like things together, they would match this one.
Yeah,
They,
if you change the shape of
they would match this giant squid in the sky based on the
it's a
tentacles.
sky squid, okay? Can you get the nomenclature correct at least, at the very least, lady? Come on.
Happy Ramadan. Yes, Ramadan. Interesting thing about Ramadan. When
Oh,
I was at,
the alien ship. The aliens actually liked Ramadan too. I have no idea.
I'm gonna take a school break for a minute. When
Oh,
I was a teacher's
oh my God.
aide
You need a fucking like something to put the camera on, dude. This is just nerve-wracking. Holy shit.
at Westmead, was it Westmead Elementary School, Fort George E. Meade, in a Title IV class. In a Title IV class, the teacher was Miss Laster. She's very tall with beautiful braids in her hair and stuff.
Okay, we're just kind of going over some old memory. Okay, I don't know what this has to do with anything. She's like, and she said something in grade school about Ramadan. So that is totally related. No clue what's going on here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Jay. Oh, who won this one? Let's say like was it in Worm Food? Did Worm Food win again? And Drizella. Basically the same people won again. Or did I just forget that quick? I could have just forgotten that quick because that's how bad my memory is. Let's see. Wormfood says she's cock teasing us with the observatory sky squid. God, okay, maybe we shouldn't call it the sky squid. That's just that's harder to say than I had imagined earlier. You know, so I guess wow. All right. The sky squid. What's another word for sky octopus? That just feels clunky. Anyway, all right. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, at least now she's shown it to us, right? And it was well, it was just a cloud. That's all. This lady really likes clouds, man. She just she's always out there just looking at clouds, going, "That's an alien right there." That's awesome. All right. Oh wait, Lord Dissident's back. Hey, Resident Alien, Resident Allen. You talking about the show, Resident Alien? I bet you she would think that one is real too. Yes, probably. I don't know. She seems to be a bit more abstract with it, you know. So maybe not like, no, he's not a squid person. That's silly. Okay. That show is very unrealistic. Okay. It's squids that are flying around in the sky. Okay. That's the real aliens. Duh. Like, come on. Thinks it's like a cartoon alien or something. It's ridiculous. What? Get over here. Christopher said, what? Get over here. What if wow friendship again. I have no idea what what it's a lot of I think it's like 7 references all in one. A lot of inside jokes. Okay. And here we don't do inside jokes because it could be somebody's first time. And so we only do outside jokes. Okay. So none of that. All right. Where Fruit said, and we were just talking about how conspiracy theory used to be fun because the feeling of deciding a secret or decoding a secret, but now everyone actually believes this stuff. Yeah, I know it. Well, I feel like too that conspiracy part of your brain, that like decoding whatever, I think that is utilized in religion too. You know, they feel like they're decoding the Bible. You know, they're like, if you put this verse with this verse over here, and when Paul was talking about and this completely unrelated thing in the Old Testament with Daniel, and there's a statue, and the statue's all the different nations of the world, and then and it utilizes the same stupid center of your brain of like of being like, oh, I'm figuring it out. Look, I decoded the fucking Bible. You know, and it's funny that I used to my whole excuse, because I was like, look, if we're because I remember thinking like, if we're all decoding the Bible, why are we all decoding it different? You know, and I remember my answer used to be that God, like, you know, we pray to talk to God, right? This was my line back in the day. We pray to talk to God, and God uses God's word to talk to us, right? But everybody's different, right? So everybody needs to get a different message out of the Bible, you know? So that's why it means different things to different people because it's how God's talking to them. He needs them to interpret it that way, you know, for them and their journey. Okay. It's not universal, right? Like that was how I like mentally got around the argument from inconsistent revelation, basically, right? You know, of God never seeming to like be able to be consistent with his message that's just so goddamn important, you know, that everybody needs to know it, and yet we have to fucking decode a bunch of shit to figure it out, and it's just kind of funny. Anyway. All right, what else we got here? Spooky said, I have no idea what that. Oh, hand wave ghost, right? Is that what that is? Hello, ghost. That's what you're saying. Okay. Star song. Oh my God, it's Gina. It is Gina. You know, we're gonna start hanging out at Gina's place every so often here. You know, when things are just getting too normal, and I can't find a good cat cur, Gina's it. Gina's it. She doesn't have the fun hair color, but she does have the fun stupid, and so that's what matters here. That's that's all I'm really looking for out of these people. It's like, can you just be stupid on camera, please? Can you just do that, and then we can watch it. uh Warmth said, I was hoping it was that photoshopped what Magna Pina creepy. Oh, creepy pasta me. I have no idea what you're talking about there, but I like, I've seen some stuff in creepy pasta. They're kind of interesting. Christopher said, how many tickles does it take to make a giant squid laugh? 10 tickle. Okay, that's yeah, that's all right. Yeah, it was a dad joke. It was that you're a dad, aren't you? Yes, you are. Don't you know you are one at heart if you're not. That's pretty good. 10 tickles. Oh my goodness. All right. That's you can see what makes me laugh. And it's anything. Anything is what makes me laugh. Oh Jesus. All right. So Lloyd Dissident said, it looks like the flying spaghetti monster. Oh, have you been touched by his noodly appendage? That's a good point. What if it is the flying spaghetti monster? She hasn't even considered that. You know, that it's the all-powerful bowl of spaghetti of the universe with meatballs. You know, I think, right? Don't they have meatballs? I feel like the cartoons that I always see look like Cookie Monster, but made out of noodles. You know, with the eyeballs on. Anyway, looks and maybe that's what we're seeing in the sky. Maybe that is what the movie The Arrival is actually about. Did you ever think of that? I don't think she ever thought of anything. But all right, let's see what we got here. And Dear said, I'm going to take a school moment. Oh boy, Gina is going to school us. Is that what that meant? I thought she was just saying, like, I'm going to take a moment and talk about my grade school because she's talking about what she learned in grade school. So it's kind of weird, right? I don't know. Wormfruit said, let's all dox our elementary school teachers now. I know, right? I was thinking that too. I'm like, please, nobody mess with this teacher. I mean, not that my show is like that big, but her audience might, watch her say something bad about her. And then her audience of rabid nutbag alien whatever people. Celestial, oh, that's way better. Thank you. Celestial Cephalopod. That's it. Celestial Cephalopod. I like that. In fact, that could be a name of. I was going to say a punk band. That's not the name of a punk band. It's the name of a Radiohead cover band. Celestial Cephalopod. It's something in that Radiohead, world like that. That I don't even know what genre that would even be considered. Indie. It'd be an indie band. That's it. Called Celestial Cephalopod. Somebody write that down. That's really good. That is brilliant. Okay, I'm sorry. That was thank you, Andrew. You're gonna make some band famous. And they could probably just be mediocre at best with that name. And they will be on the top of the charts, They'll be in that TRL live with Carson Daly. He'll be talking about it because everybody will be requested it. What? They don't do that. They don't do that one anymore. But everybody liked that show. Okay, whatever. I just found out they canceled like one of my favorite shows. Winfrey said, "That's why I got into AR." What the hell is that? Oh, they can't. It's weird. I got an ad that popped up, but you can't see it on the screen. Anyway, Worm Food said, "That's why I got into ARGs, FR. It's art, just to stimulate that little conspiracy goblin in me." What? Got into ARG. What's ARGs? What's ARGs fur? I don't know what that is. Let me know, because that sounds kind of fun. I like conspiracy stuff. I mean, I like I like seeing what people say is a conspiracy, because it's just always so funny. And Ember's back. All right, cool. It looks like everybody made it back. Now, I think we only got up to about 17 to begin with, so I think we're good. We're all right. We're out. I don't know. I'm probably, this is just going to end up on, this is what happens. Anytime there's a stream that doesn't go perfectly, it ends up on Patreon. So you get a lot of extra streams. So this one will not be released. I don't think so. It'll just go straight to Patreon.
Stuff. And she was a very stern woman. And I thought, oh my gosh, she's so stern. Miss Laster is. And Ramadan came. It was the time of Ramadan.
That's what we were
the
talking
month of Ramadan. And I remember, how am I going to, she was nice to me, but it's like, she didn't know how to get me, because I'm so peaceful and quiet, and she is she's going to get in your face. She's going to be in your face, and I didn't know how to take her, because she was very strong and bold. Well, she celebrated Ramadan. She did. Okay. I remember one day, I came into the classroom, and I had all of this food, shelf-stable food and stuff that I brought in. And wow, that literally changed my relationship with her. What? Because that meant the world to her. Brought in all this different types of food, and it was Ramadan, shelf-stable.
What the fuck is happening? I don't understand. Does anybody understand this story? I have no idea. I don't understand any of it. Oh, thank you, Giselle. Yeah, I appreciate it. Please do. All that. Liking and subscribing, and it looks like, it's anyway. Thank you.
Yeah, I became really good friends with Miss Laster.
Because you brought in your pantry food? Is that what you're saying? And to donate, like she thinks in half thoughts. Like I was gonna say she speaks in half thoughts, but she thinks in half thoughts. She's not thinking the rest of that thought. She's not just not saying it; she's not thinking it.
Very tall lady, beautiful braids and stuff. Me and her clicked. We finally clicked. But that was the Ramadan thing. Was talking about happiness can be found. She wrote it on the chalkboard. Happiness, I told her, I wrote it in a card. Happiness can be found in any place, at any time, and in any circumstance. But true happiness can only be found within. I wrote that to her when I gave her the great big old box of all this food.
I'm going to patently disagree with that whole quote. Now, there are some circumstances where you cannot be happy. That's just not, there's just a, and they've existed throughout history, of anyway.
And it left an impression, and she wrote it on the chalkboard, and that was the lesson for the day for the students. That right there. And it was Ramadan. I thought, why is she so grouchy? It's because she didn't eat until it was sundown. And I didn't know anything about it. But we became really good friends. I loved it. Loved it. Okay.
What is Ramadan again? I don't know anything about that one. It's a fasting holiday. Is that what you do? I don't know.
Talking about the giant squid in the movie Arrival.
Oh, that's right. Shit, I totally forgot. We were talking about the giant squid in the movie Arrival that she's got the photo of from the sky. And if you change the shape of the aliens in the Arrival and completely alter what they look like, they look exactly like this squid in the sky here. You caught up? That's how you
If
get
you
it?
were to take these tentacles right here from the squid at the observatories, and there's no way they're going to deny it, it's literally a squid in the sky.
What?
And you take the tentacles of this thing right here and you put them together, they're going to match. It'll look like the body above would match too. If it had a squid body, it's going to match.
It's got to have the squid head. That's what I was thinking too. You know, if it's, as long as it's got those tentacles, head's got to look exactly the same because there's only one thing that has tentacles at all in existence on planet Earth, and so they all have to have the exact same looking head. I'm right there with you, lady. We get it. You know, you and I.
And it could have even more tentacles than that. It looks like the squid that was in the sky.
So even if it did look different, it would still look like the one in the sky.
At the observatories. This got us in trouble
Good.
too. This is really willing to start hacking down on us right here, is this right here.
What?
This very thing. So I believe that this very species right here is in the skies around the earth.
The
This
skies.
very species. It's my belief.
The Earth skies. Just the Earth sky. Those guys.
It's my mind practically made up. I'm 90% made up that this species is here, this arrival movie.
What's going on with the other 10%? What do we need? Okay, where's Anthony Magnabosco when you need him? So you're at 90% confidence. You know. Okay. So if there was some way we could do a test, like what's one of his things? If there's some way we could do a test, would you test to see whether
When did it come out? I don't know when it came out. Right there, because I've seen them
I
in
don't
the
know,
sky, and they can take on, I
2020?
think,
I don't know.
you know, the big long stringy clouds that you see in the sky. If you've ever been on an airplane and you're flying high above the clouds,
Flying
you
high.
see these long, dark, they look like tar, like solid, and you can see them in the Hawaii observatories on their time lapse. When the clouds, the regular white puffy gray clouds come across, they're going across so fast. I think it's on so fast on the north facing camera.
The fuck are you doing, lady? What?
There are these type of clouds, and you can't deny they look totally different. They don't look like a cloud. They don't even have a cloud-like structure. In fact, they are long and they're solid black. I'm talking about these ones
What?
right here, long and solid black. They can change their shape. See, if you look
The
over here, you can
clouds?
see the shadowy part of one of these
I'm so confused.
entity-like things. I believe that they're here. I'm 90% certain that they are in our sky, and it wasn't just a movie. It was not just a movie.
That you
and
didn't
so
see.
far, nothing has happened. Nothing has
Okay.
happened. They even got the body.
Have any of y'all seen the clouds that she's even talking about? I have no clue what she means. Like that there's just like string clouds. Like she's making it sound like it's the Venom stuff, you know, like in the movie Venom, that like stringy whatever, like that's just in the sky. And she's like, that's the alien stuff. Like, what, man? What are you talking about? I've never heard of a cloud looking anything like what she's describing. But at the same time, clouds can look just about like anything. And, you know, when you have like when they get full of moisture, they do turn black and gray. So I don't know.
Kind of like it, like that squid. Yeah. They give us clues in the movies, right? That's what they do. They give
No,
us
what?
clues.
Okay.
Um,
God, what a fun way to live, you know. You're just finding clues everywhere, you know. It's just everything's a clue, you know. Even movies. Movies like what's the clue to reality that we can learn from this? The you know about the clouds actually being aliens or whatever. Wow.
trying to get here. We got the space aliens, we got Cthulhu. And by the way, if you go looking for videos of the observatories in Hawaii, this one has 118 videos in it. I didn't update that today, but has 118 videos in it.
What?
And also somehow the observatory videos got stuck over here in the volcano list too. I guess because you know you have volcanoes in Hawaii, you got the volcano shafts that some of these ships go down in.
What? Okay, so there's that. So you know you got the other one because there's volcanoes, and that's where the ships land. It's like where Doctor Evil. He's got like inside the thing, and his ships come and go out of the volcano. That's how they do stuff. I mean, this is all pretty boilerplate stuff. And I don't know how anybody doesn't already know about all this. It's pretty obvious, right?
Okay, that's it. The Arrival movie. I believe they have arrived, and they've got a
The Arrival movie. I believe they have arrived.
linguistic. My husband was a German linguist. He was a German linguist. He had to go to the Presidio of Monterey when he cross-trained to become a German linguist, and it was like a year and a half of, learning the German language, writing it, being able to hear it and speak it, and all of that stuff, and a tad bit of Russian he had to learn also. That's right before we went to Berlin, Germany, where he had to work at Tempelhof Central Airport in Germany. So this species right here, the Arrival.
Wait, he had to work at the airport. Is that what a linguist is? I don't know if. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe I'm like I didn't. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't know. I always thought that, like linguistics is like learning things about language or whatever, like almost from a what was it, like sociological thing or whatever, like studying language. But I could be be mistaken about that. I don't know.
Gina, that's your face. Thank you.
Oh.
The Arrival.
She's talking to herself. Yeah, she's like, that's your face, Gina. That's just doing it wrong, Gina. She's like, I'm sorry, Gina. It's like, it's okay, Gina.
It's right here. Is this from one of the giant windows of a ship in Arrival? If you've watched it, I should probably watch it because we see if you've taken pictures, you've seen great big openings like this that are clustered amongst the clouds. You have
what? I don't remember exactly, but I thought that was like the place that they had to walk through to get somewhere, to get to like a place where they would meet or something in the misty part. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen the movie.
Is this one of the species too? I apologize. My hand's reflecting on it, Gina. Not only
your
face is.
You need to see the fucking movie, and you need to figure out how to use your goddamn phone. This is just getting. I'm frustrated for you. Okay. I don't know how you have so many.
Reflecting on it. You're so unprofessional. That's fine.
That's right.
I'm doing it, and this is my real world.
Oh, good. I thought it was your fake one. So this is the real one. Got it. Okay.
It is.
It is.
There is something going on. You got
you being unable to use literally anything, including your brain.
The pictures.
Oh, look at that one. That's
Why is there a comic book?
What?
Called The Arrival?
I don't know, man. It's a pretty common concept. Things arriving, it's probably a bunch of stuffs. There's probably a song called The Arrival too. I don't know. Why is it like that? Why is there a song called The Arrival? You know what you should do? You should go find all the different things that are called The Arrival, whether it be a song, a poem, a movie, a TV show, and figure out the code that's in all of those things, connecting them all.
The arrival of what? The arrival of what? I don't know about it. I do not.
Google it, man. Like, what do you... I don't think that one's an alien. It doesn't look very alienish, but maybe I don't know.
Okay, this species right here. They've got to have some type of a language. They really got to have some type of a language in order to communicate. And I'm pretty sure they can pick up, they probably have some type of telepathic ability, some freak.
I can't believe she hasn't seen. She's like describing a movie that she hasn't seen all wrong. And she's like trying to talk about, she's like, I think they have like a language, like telepathic. No, they communicate in these fucking ink blots that you're looking at. That's how they communicate. They put out, put out these ink blots, and they have these different symbols, whatever things, all through 'em. And then they had to figure out what those symbols meant, starting from nothing. It was very interesting. But you need to see, she would fall asleep in this movie. She's like, this is not slow enough. I feel like it's a little bit too sophisticated for her to be able to follow it, actually.
Frequency thing that they can some kind of frequency that they can hone in on.
What does she think the ink blot things are? Like she
was this what we clicked in? Works according to linguists. How the alien language works. How is
you read the fucking article, dude? Like, what is it? It's like, wow, she has all the ways to know the things that she wants to talk about at her fingertips. And she is just refusing to do any of them. And it's just like, I'll just make it up. I'll just like say, that it's probably this. Wow. I mean, I guess that kind of tracks, actually, doesn't that's sort of her whole bag, isn't it? Like, I'm not going to look up any information. I'm just going to say that things are the way I kind of think they might be.
The alien language going to work according? Okay, look at this. Arrival nails how humans might actually talk to aliens. Okay, they're just telling you what's happening.
It's Business Insider.
Get this off of there.
This is really important information for if you own a business. This is the type of stuff you really need to pay attention to. How we could possibly talk to aliens.
I don't know how to get this stuff off of there.
This lady is so funny.
Based on the story of your life, spoken language.
Read the whole
they
thing.
Can speak creating 100 swirly circular symbols. Okay, symbolism.
She's just saying symbols, symbolic, symbolism, symbology, symbols, symbolization. I don't know. What do you do?
And that symbolism has got to have some type of frequency that comes with it. They call them logograms. So they've already studied this. They've already studied this species logograms.
I think that's just
Gina, this is all make-believe. Is it make-believe? I don't think so. I really...
Somebody in the chat's like, Gina, hey, Gina, come on, snap out of the stupid. Okay? This is all make-believe. This is a movie. Okay? And she's like, is it a movie? Well, I know it is a movie, but I think it's a documentary. Okay? It's a true story. We just don't know it yet.
Do not believe that this is make-believe. I believe 90% that this species is in our skies. This species is here.
Why the 90%? Why don't you just go full-fledged and be like, I am 100% absolutely goddamn good and fucking sure that these things are out there in the sky flying around in clouds. They got their cloud ships. Sometimes they look like squids. I don't know why they make their ships look like squids in the sky. I think they're just messing with us. They're just playing games. So we can be like, look, that's a squid, and then be like, that's how they'll totally not be able to see that it's an alien ship because it looks like a squid. They'll just get confused and think that there's just a squid that's flying in the sky. That's how they trick you, All right, here we go. Warm Food said, I knew someone who claims they still claim they're doing it right now. They're claiming. I knew someone who claims to have had sex with a real alien. I mean, that is if that were true, I'd be telling people that too. I'd be like, dude, you're never gonna believe this. But guess who had sex with an alien? This guy. Oh, she was that one from Total Recall with the three. Wow, it was fun. Oh boy. You wouldn't think that an extra one would be cool, but it is just cool. It's extra cool. It's like a whole nother percentage of cool, like whatever 1/3% anyway. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I've heard of people, I've read stuff online about people saying that. It's pretty funny. The sequel one said, riding the Segway into a Segway. Riding the Segway into a Segway. That's right, because they, I don't, why do they, I think we talked about this before. Why didn't they spell it different? Why couldn't they just use the word Segway for their things? Like, and what does it mean? I don't know. Anyway, it says, Jesus. All right, well, it said, her mind is trained to make big leaps. That is a very polite way to say that. Yes. She's trained her mind to just like take off, or you go to the airport and then fly and then land, and then maybe even have like they'd have to take a train and then a boat, probably, right, to her conclusions. That's how that goes. Yeah, you're absolutely right though. Captive Des, what's up, Dave? Crank the focus out of whack, and Gina sees all kinds of shit. Yeah. I mean, shit, she doesn't even need to do, she can just look at things in focus and be like, it's because they're altering the image or whatever. Excuse me. It's like, if you change the shape, it'd be the same shape. It's crazy. Let's see. If you don't believe there's more stuff going on than they are telling you, Gina. And that's it. Just that does sound like a quote she would say. If you don't believe there is more stuff going on than they are telling you, what? No, I'm done. That was it. That was the whole quote. I don't. Yeah, you're looking at me like I'm still supposed to be talking, and I'm just. I don't. I don't know what you want from me. That was the quote. Yeah, I'm Gina. Jesus. Warford said, well, what? Oh, pareidolia. Yeah, I know that one. I didn't know that's how it's spelled. But is that how it's spelled? Wow, I think I've been spelling it wrong this whole time. Pareidolia. And kinepsia. Wait, kinepsic? I have no idea to do with that words. Are the psychological phenomenon on which art relies. We should channel this into painting. Oh, basically like finding shapes and other things, like being able to like see patterns visually, like pareidolia and stuff. I don't know what the other one is. I'm gonna have to look that up. But it's just basically like seeing, like how far you can like alter the shape for it to still look like whatever the thing is. That's where you get like cartoons. Because like if you, and it's almost like I think because we've like written on stuff like on the rocks and shit, this is just my bad. I don't know. I could be completely mistaken about this. But like we have some kind of ability to find shapes that look like shapes. And I think it's because we were drawing on rocks, like shapes, like stick figures and shit. And so we can find, shapes in just about anything. But like if you had like a dog or something, right? And you drew a picture of a cartoon dog, and you show that to the dog would not get anything. It would just be like, oh, it's just nothing. It's just paint on a paper. Like that's it. Because they don't have the same way to isolate shapes and be like, this sort of looks like this over here. You know what I mean? Because, well, dogs haven't been drawing pictures on rocks for, thousands of years or whatever. I don't know. That's my, I need to talk to somebody, a anthropologist or some shit to ask him about that one. But because that is interesting. I don't know why. I mean, because look, if you watch, like, what was that? The Into the Spider-Verse movie? Like, Kingpin looks insane, okay? Like, and I'm like, and yet I love the movie, and yet he's a perfectly fine, bad guy for the movie. He's a big fucking shit. He's nothing. He's a big square, with sort of a face on it. And I'm still like, now this is totally a person that exists within this story, and it's totally not weird at all. Like, because that's, you know what I mean? It's like we've gotten to the point where the shapes just can be just all over the place, and we still see them as whatever it is. It's kind of interesting how that goes. Captive Death said, the clue punk is Gina doesn't have a clue. Now she keeps on type. What is it? Is it the type 2 error like they do? Is it type 1? I always mix up my types of errors. But I feel like it's the type 1 error. Anyway, where you like think something true that isn't true. That's like the type that this lady, she is just utilizing that type of error a lot. Okay. It's unfortunate. It really is. All right, we're gonna have to go through some comments here, and I gotta wrap it. God damn, I'm so irritated that it got split up like that. But you know what? We'll be back tomorrow, and I'll make sure to have something equally fun. And let's see what else we got here. Do a few more comments, and then I'll wrap it for the day. Ember said, "Don't feel bad, Gina. I say damn it, Ember." many, many times a day. Oh, you do? Like, do that? It's no, I get that that's a thing people do. I just think it's if I started doing that, the conversation would never end, and I can't get into that headspace. Okay, the other me is just because he's kind of an asshole, and so he's always wanting to just debate, right? And then I'm just sitting there debating with myself, and everybody's walking by. It's just treating me like I'm at a bus stop or something. It's ridiculous. That's my whole reason why I don't talk to myself. I actually do. I don't have like the internal monologue. I think like most people do. I have to talk out loud, you know? And so that's why I try to get away from people so that I can say the things I need to think, you know? Otherwise, people hear what I think. And then it's a mess, you know? So then I'm doing that Hunter S. Thompson thing where did I say that? Or did I just think it? Can they hear me? Spooky said, there is a section in airports called arrivals. Coincidence? I think not. Boom. What? Dude, that's where the aliens live, in that part of the airport. Okay, now we got to figure out which airport, or is it all of them? I think it might be all of them. Of course, that's what I was, Genius, she's she's cluing me into her way of thinking. I think I'm getting there. I am 90% sure that all of the aliens from the movie The Arrival are at the arrival section of every airport. Wow, man, we are just, yeah, that feels good to figure that out. It's like a little dopamine hitting there or something, it feels like a shot of cocaine. Crazy. My teeth. Anyway, Captive Test said they're coming to take her away. They're coming to take her away. Haha. They're coming to take her away. Haha. Oh, Gina will be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats, and they are coming to take her away. They had to stop. I heard that they had to stop. They took that song off the radio because they said it was like offensive, to because they say like call it the funny farm, and they're coming to take me away and all this. It's like a mental health, but it's a really old song, but I was just kind of impressed that they were like, oh no, that's offensive to people who will have been taken away. Because it happens to the best of us, okay? Not all of us that go to psychiatric hospitals are are laughing all funny like that. So so I see why they took it down. That's my point. Right. Wormfood said, it's me, I've arrived. And it's the worms. Sorry guys. It's like sorry guys, we look like squids when we're all floating together. We didn't mean to deceive you, Gina. Our bad. Because worm food's made of worms. It's like he's like that the bad guy in Nightmare Before Christmas, the sack guy. Just this big sack of worms, Winfrey said how he said it had lots of tentacles and was like a jellyfish. Jellyfish are pretty weird. Okay, I'm just gonna go out and on a limb and say it. Hey, Logan's here. All right, now we're good. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna have to shoot down because I actually do gotta get wrapping it up here soon. Star Song said, having been in a mental hospital, those nice young men wear scrubs, not white coats. Yep, and same. Yep, I've been there. I recommend it, honestly. You know, I recommend. I was going there for different reasons, but like or for addiction type stuff, detox stuff. But I recommend it, dude. Like if you just feel, I don't know, just like you just having a hard time with whatever, check yourself into one of those things, man. Give up your phone for about a week, hang out with people, go to therapy. You know, it's like Bible camp. It's like church camp, except instead of Bible study, you know, you do all those Bible studies at church camp. It's therapy, right? And then you have activities. You know, you get the collar and stuff. It was fun. I liked it. They did like what was it, the sound therapy where we like meditated and stuff. It was great. It was very it was needed. I needed that. Just felt so good coming back to the world. Like, oh yeah. You know, sometimes you just need to get away. Anyway, where are we at here? Drusilla said, the others in the psych ward is the best people I've ever met. Seriously, I had a blast with those folks. It reminded me of like a sitcom. You know, that's what I felt like. Like we were just like in one of those like Friends esque kind of like sitcom. We would like joke about it and say like we should make it, or we should write a sitcom called The Nut Hut, and it's like based on all the characters that were there, you know. And then of course you have like new people that come in, and that kind of drives the plot of each episode and stuff like that. But you have like your, you know, your 6 or 7 main characters that just basically live in the psych ward or whatever, or they just come back so often that it makes a show. I don't know, but it you know, I felt like it could make a good show, you know. Didn't trust because drugs are good. Let's see here. Worm Food said, I saw the song too, by the way. Actually, a couple different versions. Interesting. Amber said, on recognizing people in art, it's even more crazy than that. It's if you show a sketch to someone raised in a culture without that kind of drawing, it'll be incomprehensible. Oh, weird. Lines to them. Damn. Okay. So it's like almost. So it's like if they don't recognize that shape as whatever that shape is in that culture, they won't see what it is unless it's. Huh. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. All right. Let me see here. Star Song said, there were things I quite enjoyed about being in the mental clinic. They teach you coping skills, and of course, you have fun activities. Yeah, totally. I loved. I'm being totally serious. I really enjoyed it because most of the time, you get put into an area where other people like are like, it's not like you're gonna go to the ward, where everybody's like catatonic schizophrenics or something like that. Like, you did have a couple in there that were, like, more high functioning, right? But they were fine, you know? But, so, you know, and it's mostly just normal people. They were just fun. They were just struggling with stuff, whatever it might be, you know? And yeah, yes, I had a blast. But you know, I sometimes I'm like, man, I just want to go back, you know, spend that $10,000, whatever. I don't know what it was, but it's, you know, and they keep you until your insurance is like, all right, I'm pretty sure he's got to be better by now, right? He's better. Okay, get him out of there. Get him out. All right, come on, we can't afford this, you know. So I don't. For me, it was like 4 or 5 days was all that they can really hold me for. But it was nice. It was nice. I enjoyed it. Captain's Death said, "Right on, Wormfood. I know the words to the streak to what? Words to the streak too. I hollered, 'Don't look, Ethel,' but it was too late. No clue what you're talking about there. All right, that's a song I'm unaware of." Lago said, "I'm the one who recommended her." Oh, cool. All right, good. By the way, I almost regret bringing her up on you. No, it's great. I do appreciate it. Thank you for reminding me too, because I was like, I wanted to say thank you, but I couldn't remember who it was. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, no, she's fun, dude. We're gonna be covering her every so often here, you know, and but if you want to be covered with naked bodies, wait, Lago, your comment is still. Can you? Hey, can you get your Thank you. Okay. I'm trying to do a thing here, Lago. Like, this is like, hello. But if you want to be covered in naked bodies, go to adamandeve.com. Enter code word Brantley at checkout to get 50% off almost any one item, 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the entire order. Just go to adamandeve.com, enter that code word Brantley, that's Brently, and checkout to get your exclusive offer. And you can get lots of stuff. That packaging is discreet and it's all good stuff. And they're a very progressive company, so that alone is good. I think because they recognize that if they gave money to conservative causes, they'd get shut down. They're like, if these conservatives get everything they want, we wouldn't be allowed to sell products anymore. Because that's that's just how conservatives are. Buzzkills, that don't want anybody to have fun, especially not sexually. Anyway, so go to adamandeve.com, enter code word Brantley, that's Brently at checkout, get your exclusive offer. If you want to support the show, you can support us by supporting our sponsor, Adam and Eve, and putting in that code Brantley. But if you want to support us in some other ways, you can become a patron at patreon.com/punkapostate. And that's where this is going to go because my camera messed up. And so I had to split it into 2. And so it's going to go up on Patreon. So that's where a lot of the stuff goes that gets taken down a lot of times by YouTube because it's just too vulgar. Or actually, no, I don't know if it's about that, but they always take stuff down. And I'm like, all right, this is going on to YouTube then, or going on to Patreon then, because nobody at Patreon cares. They're not trying to tell me that I can't do it. So that's what's happening there. If you want to do a one-time payment and become a producer like Vonric, you can become a producer if you give who's mentioned every single time or more often, I would say, right? Producers by giving a lot of money. I don't know. I don't even want to go into how much Vonric gave, but they are a producer now. But if you want to just give a one-time payment at Cash App, go to Cash App, and our cash tag is Punkapostate, all one word. And you can give stuff there. You can also do super thanks, and I'll be thanking the super thankers. I should have mentioned that you could do super chats throughout. And I think I do have it figured out to where I can see them when they come up. But got to double check with some friends on that one. But, main thing though is to stay logical, loving, skeptical, and compassionate. And we'll see you next time.